Please subscribe.
We will have to wait to drive a UK model before giving a definitive verdict on the new Leaf's ride and handling, but the extra performance is very welcome and Nissan's much-vaunted e-pedal works brilliantly in practice. In fact, you'll find you hardly ever need to use the brakes. With a realistic 200 miles of range, it should suit more drivers than ever, too. The Nissan Leaf is the most significant electric car you will see this year. That's because while Tesla struggles to ramp up Model 3 production, Nissan's Apama factory has been cranking out the new Leaf since the summer, not to mention the 300,000 electric vehicles Nissan has put on the road since the original car debuted in 2011. Such is the pace of the EV market that the new Leaf shares little with its predecessor. There's all new styling inside and out, more power and more torque, as well as a significantly greater range thanks to cost and energy density improvements in lithium-ion batteries. A suite of new technological features cap it off. For the majority, the new Leaf should be easier on the eye, though some may be disappointed that it's not quite as distinctive as the old car. The play-it-safe styling still has some awkward elements, such as the long front overhang, but for the most part it sends the right messages: modern, practical, inoffensive. It's the same story inside, with the more conventional instrument cluster that's easier to read at a glance, while the floating central dashboard of the old car has made way for regular built-in design. The seats are flat but feel comfortable, and there's plenty of space in the rear, with the 435-liter boot, too. But with no reach adjustment on the steering wheel, some drivers could struggle to find their perfect driving position. You still get the old Leaf's mouse-style drive selector though, and there's some familiar-looking switchgear. Press the glowing blue starter button and the new car has maintained the old model's sense of serenity. From the upright, high-set driving position to the relatively low-geared, entirely feel-free steering, this is a car designed to suit the more stressful aspects of driving, not enhance the pleasures of it. Our highway test route revealed little about the ride and handling, but nothing about the Leaf's demeanor suggests it's been designed to entertain, at least until Nissan pushes the Leaf Nismo concept into production. For the time being, that leaves the Volkswagen e-Golf and BMW i3 the electric hatchbacks of choice if you want to feel a little more involved during your commute. That said, the punchier powertrain is a big improvement. The Leaf steps off the line smartly, and with the new e-pedal setup switched off, it's brisk and responsive even at higher speeds. You can now join motorways with much greater conviction than the old car allowed. You can stay on them for longer too, with a still-to-be homologated net range of 235 miles. A Nissan representative tells us you can realistically expect between 150 to 200 miles on a charge, and with a 6.6 kilowatts home charger, you can top up an empty battery in around 8 hours. A 50 kilowatts fast charger will deliver an 80% hit in around 40 minutes. Nudge the small blue e-pedal switch and the regenerative braking instantly pulls you back, requiring a harder squeeze on the accelerator to maintain your progress. But this quickly feels like the most natural and effective way to drive, and renders the slightly spongy standard brakes redundant in most normal driving conditions. You can be incredibly precise with your inputs at all speeds, and the car will pull to a complete halt without touching the left pedal, even facing downhill. Nissan suggests the e-pedal covers 90% of normal braking situations, but you can feasibly go weeks without needing to touch the brakes at all. ProPilot parking is equally effective, and while the Japanese versions take their married time over each maneuver, we're told European cars will complete their parking operations at a speed that won't make you the villain of your local Tesco car park. Less successful is the ProPilot Assist mode, which tracks the car in front to regulate your speed on the motorway and keeps you between the lines and in your lane. It provides a small degree of autonomy, but unfortunately it takes corners in small bites rather than fluid movement and isn't as sophisticated as similar systems from Mercedes or Tesla. Still, driving the Leaf on the motorway is relaxing enough that we found it no more stressful to steer, accelerate and brake ourselves. UK models will see tweaks to their suspension and dampers for a slightly more direct and eager feel, so it's likely we're yet to see the best of the new Leaf. But it's not hard to imagine the latest version eclipsing the original sales figures, especially as the market shuns conventionally powered cars for zero-emission models.